Hey, Magic fans, welcome back. This is your captain speaking on Capnclydes MT. Today it's Commander time. We're going to go over all the Commander decks real quick. Well, at least the new cards. We might go over the reprints later in case there's something juicy in there. So, buckle up, Buttercup. This could get good. Get good. Anyway, all that said, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Keeps the sponsor free. And we get to 1,000 peeps. It's giveaway time. More giveaways every time we hit a milestone after that. It's going to be fun for everybody involved because I love to gamble, and I know you do too. I'm not condoning that. I probably should have said that. Anyway, moving on. I got all the cards from every Commander deck squeezed onto one screen, so I'm sorry if it looks really small. Feel free to pause the video, zoom in, or just give me shit in the comments like people normally do. That's fine. So, without further ado, let's get into these new Commander decks. So, we're going to start with Peace Offering Commander deck. Your commander here is Mr. Foxglove. God, I love that. That's just phenomenal. Blue, white, and a green, and 2 for a 3/5 lifelinker. This little fella is, whenever he attacks, draw cards equal to the number of cards in defending player's hand minus the number of cards in your hand. Great, we're doing trigonometry now. Is this necessary? If you didn't draw cards this way, you may put a creature card from your hand onto the battlefield. Oh, that's gonna get ugly quick. Yeah. So anyway, another card in the deck is the Octomancer, blue, green, and 3 for a 3/3. Gift an octopus. Straight into hentai. I knew it. What's the stats on the octopus? Oh, you create an 8/8 blue octopus creature for your opponent. At the beginning of each end step, create a token that's a copy of target creature token that entered the battlefield this turn. Oh, that's why you'd give them an 8/8, because you want one of your own. And then probably bounce theirs. It's fine, I guess. So we have Perch Protection is next over here. 2 white and 4, gift an extra turn. Are you shitting me? Okay, well, let's just read what it does. Create 4 2/2 bluebird creature tokens with flying. If the gift was promised, all permanents you control phase out, and until your next turn, your life total can't change, and you gain protection from everything. And it's an instant. It's no Teferi's protection, but for 6 mana, it's close. Yeah, they get an extra turn, and that could very well just get you killed, to be honest with you. But if you're 1 turn away from combo, and all you need is that 1 turn, and it doesn't matter what your opponent does, go ham, buddy. So, that's probably going to be popular. Steelbird Champion, white and 2 for this 1/1. Offspring, a 1 white and 1 colorless, 1/1 vigilance. Whenever an opponent casts a non-creature spell, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. That's okay, I guess. Tempt with bunnies. That just sounds wrong. White and 2 sorcery, tempting offer. Draw a card and create a 1/1 white rabbit creature token. Then each opponent may draw a card and create a 1/1 white rabbit creature token. For each opponent who does, you draw a card and also make a 1/1. I mean, nobody's probably going to do it. It's just going to be you paying 3 mana to get a 1/1 and draw a card. But in a white, as being a white spell, that's just fine. 20-toed toad. Okay. Blue and 3 for a 3/3. Your maximum hand size is 20. Oh, it's not unlimited. Now we're going to do numbers. God, math. Whenever you attack with 2 or more creatures, put a +1/+1 counter on 20-toed toad and draw a card. Pretty good. Oh, I get it. 20, hand size 20. He's got 20 toes. Haha, funny. Whenever the toad attacks, you win the game if there are 20 or more counters on it and you have 20 or more cards in hand. Oh, boy. The shenanigans are afoot. So we have the Fisher talent, blue, green, and 2 for this class. At the beginning of your upkeep, look at the top card of your library. You may reveal it if it's a land card. You may reveal it if it's a land card. Create a 1/1 blue fish creature token. If you revealed it this way, then draw a card. So basically, you get a Howling Mine every turn, and sometimes you get fish. Huh. Okay. A blue and Green levels it up. It says when you would create a fish token, create a 3/3 blue shark creature token instead. Okay, that's fine, I guess. Blue, green, and 2. If you would create a shark token, create a 8/8 blue octopus creature token instead. I got this feeling there's lots of fish and sharks floating around this deck. Um, Communal Brew, green and 2 enchantment. Whenever it enters, any number of target opponents each draw a card. Put an ingredient counter on Communal Brew. Then put an ingredient counter on it for each card drawn this way. Whenever you cast a creature spell, that creature enters the battlefield with X additional +1/+1 counters on it, where X is the number of ingredient counters on Communal Brew. This is definitely going to be a really good commander card. Then we have the Bloodroot Apothecary, green and 2 for this 3/3 squirrel with Toxic 2. Funny, a Toxic Squirrel. Whenever the Apothecary enters and you target an opponent, when the Apothecary enters, you and target opponent each create a treasure token. Sorry. So you get a treasure token when it enters, and so does one opponent. Okay. Whenever an opponent sacrifices a non-creature token, that player gets 2 poison counters. Boy, this is going to be really good for a poison deck in Commander. And if you play a poison deck in Commander, you are part of the problem. I'm it out there. Anyway, so not bad for Peace Offering. Not as much Peace Offering as I thought there'd be, but I mean, I guess kind of. Next, we have the Animated Army Commander deck. We have Brute Braze. Whatever you want to call that name. Hell, I don't know. Wild Seer Scourging Maw. We'll just use the English title since I thought the other name would be cool, but that's just way too many nouns and consonants. Anyway, so green, red, and 3. This is an elemental wolf with trample. Enchantment spells you cast from your hand have Cascade, and it's a 6/6. That's what we need. Cascading elementals. Just fantastic. Thank you, Wizards. Anyway, next here we have Thickest in the Thicket. That's the way I like my women. Anyway, 2 green and 3 for this enchantment. Whenever it enters, you put X +1/+1 counters on target creature, where X is the creature's power. At the beginning of your end step, if you control the creature with the greatest power, or hide for the greatest power, draw 2 cards. That seems pretty good. Just gonna put that out there. So next over here we have the Evercoat Ursuline. It's a bear. It's a damn bear. Anyway, green and 4 for this 6/5 with trample. Hideaway 3. Hideaway 3. Twice. So whenever it deals combat damage to a player, if there are cards exiled by it, you may play one of them without paying its mana cost. This thing should be a damn mythic. So Hideaway 3, you look at top 3 cards in your library, put one under it. It does it twice, so you can get 2 free castings. There's no restrictions. It could cost anything. You could hide away Ulamog and cast it for free. You know, if you use this thing, attack and do damage to the opponent. Oh God, it's just talking about it makes me feel dirty. Anyway, moving on to the Rolling Hamsphere. Hamsphere, get it? It's a gerbil ball. Anyhow, 7 colorless for this vehicle. That's a big gerbil ball. Or gerbil balls. Anyway, the Rolling Hamsphere. Oh God, it's +1/+1 for each hamster you control. Oh God, it's so cheesy. I like it. Whenever Rolling Hamsphere attacks, I can't get over this name. Create 3 1/1 red hamster creatures tokens. Jesus. Then it deals X damage to any target, where X is the number of hamsters you control. And it accrues for 3, and it's a 4/4. I want to play this so bad, just so bad. God, I have no shame. Oh, no shame. Anyway, moving on over here to this, we have the Alchemist Talent, red and 3. Is a class, so at level 1, when it enters the battlefield, you create 2 tapped treasure tokens. For 4 mana, that's not really a good start. But then for red and 1 at level 2, treasures you control have tap, sacrifice this artifact, add 2 mana. So makes up for it. At red and 4 for level 3, whenever you cast a spell, if mana from a treasure was spent to cast it, the class deals damage equal to the mana value of that spell to each opponent. So this is going to definitely go into a Magna deck. Like, 4 mana now seems very reasonable to play this card. I'm just going to... does the things and the stuff, and it's going to get played. So next over here, we have this pretty little birdie. It's an elemental bird. It is a Pyre Swipe Hawk. 2 red and 3 for a flying haster 4/4. Almost a dragon. Anyway, whenever it attacks, it gets plus X plus O in a turn, where X is the greatest mana value among artifacts you control. Wow, that could be huge. Jesus Christ. That could be really big. Whenever you expend 6 mana, gain control of up to 1 target artifact as long as you control the hawk. Jesus, you can just start stealing all your opponent's shit, like, forever? Wow, this is pretty sweet. Alright, this is probably easily $5 or $10. So, yeah. Nothing to make fun of there, other than the fact it's a hawk and not a dragon. Anyway, we have the Prosperous Bandit, or as they like to call it, the Bandit Prosperi. Prosperi? Anyway. Red and 2 for a Trash Bandit. Trash Bandit? Hey, Trash Bandit. It's a Raccoon Rogue. Trash Bandit instead of Trash Panda. Anyway. Sorry, I'm getting sidetracked. It has Offspring 1, is a 2/2. First strike, whenever a creature deals combat damage to a player, create that many tapped treasure tokens. This is a small Gnawbone, and I like it. It's going to be a pain in the ass to play against. Just going to put that out there. But it is going to be a thing inside treasure decks, because what's more treasure than... what would give you more treasure than searching dumpsters with a Trash Panda? That's not even... Anyway, let's leave that there. Trail Tracker Scout right here. Green and 1 for this 1/3. It is a Raccoon Scout. Tap, add 1 mana of any color. Whenever you spend 8, return up to 1 target permanent card from your graveyard to your hand. Great for those big mana acceleration decks. So, I mean, people probably don't think it's all that great, but it's probably nothing to laugh at, we'll be honest. And then finally down here in the corner, bringing up the rear, we have the Bright Cap Badger. Why was there not a Honey Badger in here somewhere? Anyway. Green and 3, Badger Druid. Each fungus and sapperling you control has tapped to add a green. Oh, we got something for sapperlings. Whoop, sapperling deck in the house. At the beginning of your end step, create a 1/1 green sapperling creature token. Oh, yes, yes. Fungal Getaway for a green and 2. Which is an instant adventure. Oh, it's even an adventure card. Create 2 1/1 green sapperlings. Time for sapperling commanders. And honey badgers, I guess. Still, I want sapperlings to make a comeback. It's time we had our sapperlings. They've kept them from us long enough. It is time for us to have our sapperlings. Give it up, Wizards. Give us our sapperlings. So, moving on to the next one here. We have the Squirreled Away Commander deck. Guess you can't guess what this is about. So we have the Odd Acorn Gang. God, I love it. Green, black, and 3 for this 5/5 with Menace, Trample, and Reach. And apparently there's still some room here, guys. You could put some more keywords on here in case you didn't notice. Anyway, it also has squirrels you control have tap. Target squirrel gets +2/+2, gains Trample at the end of turn. Only it's a sorcery. Oh, darn, it's only a sorcery. And whenever one or more squirrels you control deal combat damage to a player, draw a card. Jesus mighty, this seems good. Anyway, we have Gorman's Talent, 1 green. During your turn, artifacts you control are food in addition to the other types, so you can sacrifice them like artifacts. Level 2 for a green and 2. Whenever you gain life for the first time each turn, you get to make a 3/3 green raccoon. Trash Pandas, just out of nowhere. Green and 3, I believe. Whenever you gain life for the first time each of your turns, play +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. This, with treasure or with food token generation, will get out of hand very quickly. We have the Hazel's Brewmaster, black and 3 for a 3/4 Menace. Menace. Whenever it enters or attacks, exile up to one target card from a graveyard and create a food. The card works great with this card. Foods you control have all activated abilities of all creature cards exiled with the Brewmaster. That can get very interesting very quickly. Over here we have Insatiable. Forget. Just ooh. Just ooh. Black and 3 for this 2/4. Whenever this thing enters, you get to create a food. Then you may exile 3 cards from your graveyard. If you do, repeat the process. Interesting. A black and 3, sacrifice X foods. Creatures you control get +X/+0 and gain Manache, which is a could kill somebody. Down here we have the Moonstone. You will just do black and 3 for this 4/4 flyer. Whenever a creature an opponent controls dies, you get to create a blood token. Oh, hey, we ain't seen blood tokens in a while. Whenever you sacrifice an artifact, put a +1/+1 counter on this card and gain 1 life. Actually, really good. It's like a better Singular Vampire. Anyway, we have Rootcast Apprenticeship, green and 3 sorcery. You get to choose 3, and you may choose the same mode more than once. The modes are put 2 +1/+1 counters on target creature. Also, create a token that is a copy of target token you control. Could be good. Target player creates a 1/1 green squirrel creature token, and target opponent sacrifices a non-token artifact. I mean, it's fine for 4. I mean, worst case scenario, you get 3 1/1s. And inside a deck that makes tokens, it's probably fine. We have Scurry of Squirrels. Oh, Lord. Green and 2 for this 2/2. It has Mirrored. You guys don't remember, if you attack one person with this thing, you make a copy of it to attack everybody else. And this does it twice. So, yeah. And then, whenever a Scurry of Squirrels deals combat damage to a player, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. If this thing gets through, i.e. Rogue's Passage, shit's going to get real. And fast. So, we have Swarmyard Massacre. 2 black and 3 create 2 1/1 green squirrel creature tokens. Then each creature that isn't a insect, rat, squirrel, spider gets -1/-1 till the end of turn for each creature you control that's a insect, rat, spider, or squirrel. So in a squirrel deck, this is a Wrath of God just for your opponent. Then each creature that, yeah, Wrath of God just for your opponent. So this is probably going to be cool. We have Sword of the Squeak. Oh my god. Not only is it not Sword of the Meek, it's also not a sword power. Oh my lord, I love it. 2 colorless, equipped creature gets +1/+1 for each creature you control with base power and or toughness 1. So okay, so if it's a 2/1, it counts. If it's a 1/2, it counts. If it's a 1/1, it counts once. Anyway, whenever a hamster, mouse, rat, or squirrel you control enters the battlefield, you may attach the Sword of the Squeak to that creature or just equip for 2. I like this thing. This is hilarious. Probably only good in a mouse, hamster, rat, squirrel, yada, yada, yada deck. But still cool. Not gonna lie. All right. Moving on to the next deck. We have Family Matters Commander deck. We have Arthur Marigold Knight. It is a white, red, blue, and 2 for a 4/5 haster. Whenever this and at least one other creature attacks, look at the top 6 cards of your library. You may put a creature card from among them onto the battlefield tapped and attacking. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. Return that creature to its owner's hand in a combat. God damn it. We don't need another one of these things that does the thing where you just get to go through your deck and put stuff on the... We had this with Ikoria. She got banned, and we thought we were away from her. Anyway, this will be a commander. Everybody's going to play it. It's going to suck. Anyhow, Rapid Augmentor. Red, blue, and 1 for a 1/3 haster. Whenever another creature you control with base power 1 enters, it gains haste till the end of turn. Whenever another creature you control enters, if it wasn't cast, put a +1/+1 counter on this guy. And it can't be blocked. That's probably going to be good with this thing. Polywog Prodigy, blue and 1 for a 1/3 has Evolve. Whenever opponent casts a non-creature spell, mana value less than Polywog's power, draw a card. That's kind of cool. That'll probably be pretty good in Modern, honestly. A lot of one casting stuff shit going on. Fortune Teller's Talent. So this one, for 1 blue, look at the top card of your library anytime. Then it's blue and 3. That's pricey for 2. As long as you've cast a spell this turn, you may play cards from the top of your library. That's really good. And then a blue and 2, which is cheaper than this one, which makes no sense. Spells you cast from anywhere other than your hand cost 2 less. Jesus, that's good. Wow. Synergy. Check this out. It's a jacked rabbit. Muscles, get it? Bump. Anyway, white and 1 and X. It's a 1/2 with Ravenous. So whenever it enters with X +1/+1 counters on it, if X is 5 or greater, draw a card when it enters. Whenever Jack Rabbit attacks, create a number of 1/1 rabbit creature tokens equal to Jack Rabbit's power. This is a beast. You ramp up with some green and jack your rabbit. Anyway. Yeah, this is gonna be good. We have Murmuration, white and 4 enchantment. Birds you control get +1/+1, have vigilance. Beginning of your end step, for each spell you've cast this turn, you get to create a 1/2 blue bird creature token with flying named Stormcrow. Oh, it's a Stormcrow enchantment. It's not blue though. Who cares? Stormcrow. Spitting out 2/2s seems pretty good. Adgate Instigator, red and 1 for this 1/3. Offspring for red and 1. Whenever another creature you control enters, it deals 1 damage to each opponent. Again, good for commander. Calamity of Cinders. 2 red and 5. It has Convoke, so it can make it cheaper. It deals 6 damage to each untapped creature. Oh, daddy. Yeah, so you tap your entire play field to cast this. And now your creatures are tapped, they don't take damage, and just wreck your opponent. If this was an instant, it'd be really bad, because you could be like, oh, I swing an attack. Calamity. Probably a good thing it's not an instant, but I'm sure some heathen out there will figure that out. So, yeah. With all that said, guys, sorry it took so long. A little more cards here of interest than I thought. But thanks for sticking around if you did. If you didn't, you're not hearing it anyway, so it don't matter. Till next time, be kind, and I hope to see you across from the game table. Later, players.